cold today. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien, ¿y tú? Bien. Sorry, I was running late. My hair's verklempt still. Trying to figure out why I can't get my other apps to load. To get into my other apps on my new iPad. And it's not recognizing my password. And then I was trying to have people. Hi, Madison. On a camp trip with no service for a week. I was wondering where you were. So anyway, it's been I tried to do it last night and it was frustrating me. And then I was trying to have my friends help me with it this morning. And we just ended up doing a hard reset. So what I'm probably going to end up having to do, people, I send my friends, shut up and buy your tchotchkes and leave me alone. And anyway, I was getting frustrated. We did a hard reset. And I don't know, I might just have to change. I'm just having issues. I'm having issues. Has anybody, well, I got taken down on my TikTok, blah, 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 normal shit. I did said people. Because then people are like, who? People. What people? My Zoomies. Well, who are the Zoomies? I don't want to go into that. My family friends, my friends of family, the family that I talk to every morning. Leave me alone, I don't know. Hi, Lily. What's going on? Happy, the normal nins, yep. The normal bullies, cowardly bullies, yeah. Oh, thank you, Robert. It was fun. We had a good date night. We finally did what I wanted to do, almost. And you have dog news. You got a puppy? Anyway, we played pinball, we played darts, and then we went to the bar, then went to another bar and played the darts and the pinball. And then we went to eat at a Chinese food place. So, one of the best Chinese food in Elk Grove, Happy Garden. So go there if you do. Just say if you know, you know. If you don't, then I'm not going to explain it. Did we use? No. Home at 7, and then I said we're going to go sit. Yeah, but I can't really drink, right? I had a half a glass of wine while I was getting ready, and then I had a martini, and that was it, because I can't do that, Hi, Calvin. Hi, Guax. Hi, Lisa. So it was fun. I enjoyed it. And we ate, we demolished our food. We came home and I was like, for an hour, I'm just gonna sit and watch my shows. And I fell asleep. Your wife watches me? And I fell asleep. And I was out. O-U-T, out. I didn't hear anything. Didn't hear Dan have Grandpa in the room. Didn't hear him brush his teeth. Didn't hear him putting him to bed. What? I woke up at 9 o'clock. I was like, what the fuck? I was just dead asleep. Didn't hear. My daughter watches that. She's like, you don't watch it, Mom? It's like your show. Oh my God. Hi, Andy. So I woke up, took my pills, went back to bed, and whatever. Grandpa had a horrible night. He was up all night long. Dan was up arguing with him all night long. So it was, we're exhausted. So it makes me happy how well you and Dan take care of bed. I'm glad. He does. And you notice, what's really weird is that every time we go on a date night, he has a really difficult night. Thanks, Shopper. I am pretty impressive. You know what I mean? Every time we go on date night, something happens. Anyway, it's windy. Hi, Timothy. I appreciate that. We are pretty awesome. But there's moments of not so awesomeness, but that's okay too. We're perfectly imperfect. So it's Saturday. It's windy. It's not a good day to do anything outside. Madison, I didn't see what you said. Damn it. Where's Madison? Love Island. Oh, you talking about Love Island. Oh. Is that the machine making a noise? Yes. It's called the machine and running. There's nothing else that can make that loud of a noise. Happy Saturday. Is anybody doing anything fun? I'm not. Not at all. Not at all. Hi, Cindy Lou. How are you? Hi, Anthony. Are you working in this? Oh, you're at breakfast. Okay. Do you hear the wind? She got a puppy? What kind of puppy? Holy crap, what did you get? Good morning, Ashley. It was so fun. We did have a good date night. Yeah. Okay, so hold on a second. I think I made you guys mods. Let me see. Madison. I tried to get you guys to like, it said I had to do, I tried to look it up yesterday. And it's like, you have to make a group and then add them as moderators. I don't know, maybe it didn't work. Candace, did you accept your invite first? You may be the wrong one to check on. Because you were the only one, you and Rita were the ones who didn't. But I think I had to like create a group, make them moderators, and then, I don't know. Heat warnings? Yeah, it's super windy here. We're like blowing away. So, I don't know. There's not much you can do outside in this group. You can't clean up, right? Because the wind is everywhere. Madison, Anthony's back. I forgot. Yes, Anthony came back, finally. Yeah. Barbie's at her. Yes, y'all should try out the Sab Discord channel. She made a Sab Discord channel. Okay, Chelsea, let me see. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. You guys, this computer fucking shit is pissing me off. I can't even touch you and make you come up. Oh my God. Kim Stewart. I still can't mod. Can you? I can't. Did you invite the invite? I don't know how to do it. You guys won't let me. I don't know. I give up on this shit. I'm done with electronics. I took the time yesterday to figure it out. I can't even touch you. It won't even let me hit you and touch you. I'm pissed off. Don't talk to me about it. Just making sure you're making products. Good for you. Madison. Yes. So, hi, Carol. I did. I can't touch you. I don't know. You should be a mod. Is it only for the group? Now I'm lost. Madison, what kind of puppy did you get? Shit. I don't know how to do this. Bullshit technology is bullshit. I need somebody to press comments. Y'all giving me a headache. No, I don't want to manage links. No. No. Fuck it. I don't care. I don't get. I'm done. I'm done with this bullshit. I don't know how to do anything. I try and I fail. Hi, Sarah. What kind of puppy did you get? I'm very ambitious. I'm tired. I'm really tired. Madison, I missed you. Rewatch Member Live from I think 3 days ago. Member Live. Yeah, Member Live. Barbie, I had my cousin's daughter had an extra and it just happened to be my dream breed. A French Bulldog? Oh my God, Jennifer wants a French Bulldog. That's a bougie dog. Hi, Eaton. I like that, Eaton Beaver. 1 to 2 degrees here in humid, miserable. Oh God, no. It's really cool. Actually, I jumped in the pool yesterday and it was freezing. Literally cold. It's a demand. I can't figure it out. I can't touch it again. Barbie, you should take your dogs to the farmer's market. That would work, right? So, how hot are you guys in the New Jersey, Pennsylvania, New York area? You love my shoe? I love your shoe. What shoe? Yes, and it's gray. Total typical bougie. Yeah, taking the doors off the Jeep today. Enjoy. That sounds fun, Juanita. I don't care. Fuck this bullshit. Fuck this fucking bullshit. I can't get anything to work. Nobody helps me. Everybody laughs at me. Everybody calls me willy-nilly Salinger. And people are like, you don't have this hooked up to that, to this. Fuck y'all. I need somebody who's illiterate. Literate. Yeah, he said he's gonna be better. He literally looked at me. I don't know. You're allergic to furry animals? Oh, me too. Gail, I really am. I'm allergic to furry animals. Speaking of furry, hi Furman. I hate computers. I'm so irritated. I spent over an hour trying to figure this stuff and got nowhere but a master reset. That's it. Hi, Ariel. So I'm in a bad fucking mood. It's too much for one 50-year-old person, I can tell you that. And my people don't help me. They laugh at me, they make me more frustrated. Yeah, so anyway, I just got a random text from somebody who I don't know. Oh, I'm excited for you, Sarah. I'm jealous. Yeah, people are stupid, Bob Saget. Stupid. Nobody knows. I don't like. And then Caroline was like, let me send you this link. Don't send me a fucking link. Don't send me a link. Haritz. I don't know what I'm doing, girl. I don't think what I was looking at the YouTube yesterday and a link that nobody sent me. And then it said, the guy was like, I said, how do you make people moderators on Facebook? And they said, you got to set up a group, make them a moderator, have them invite them. And what the fuck? What the fuck? It doesn't work. Now my fucking sprinklers aren't working. Everything is scheduled on the day that it's supposed to come on and they're not coming on. What the fuck? What the fuck is happening? Don't send me links. I looked at links yesterday before my date night. I got nowhere. I thought I fixed it. Nope. Still not working. Still not working. Why so negative? Life is short. Nicholas, kiss my ass. This isn't negative. Andrew doesn't know his shit. He doesn't have the patience. You think I don't have the patience? I'm shocked you can order groceries on the phone. Anthony, are you kidding me? Bruh, really? Gail, probably not. Probably not. But hey, you know what? It is what it is. I've learned. Is the login the same as the Zoom? Is the login the same as Zoom? I don't know what you're talking about. Well, yeah. Fuck you, Anthony. Fuck you. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. Laugh away. It's fine. And then Dan's in the room talking to his family. His earphones are in. And he talks so fucking loud. Right? Talks so fucking loud. I'm like, I'm trying to do something here. I'm frustrated. Right? And here you are talking loud. Get the fuck out of. So it was just a whole bunch of commotion. And it pissed me off because his earbuds are in, so why is he yelling to communicate? Why is he yelling? I'm trying to do something and he's yelling. Christy, I'm pretty talented, just so you know. Go left. When nothing goes right, go left. NASCAR. No, it doesn't work. I log in to reset Zoom. Oh. No, Facebook doesn't recognize my reset password. I know, Sarah, I'm ignoring you. Shit, because he always yells. He does. So he said this to me this morning. I was talking to my Zoomies. I said, we didn't sleep. And he said, enough. I'm like, what? He's like, you didn't do a damn thing. I'm like, you woke up the whole state of California with your yelling. You don't think that interrupts me? I was up listening to you bitch until you got back in bed. And then he says, I was the one who was up 15 times last night. Yeah, most of the time you were up, you were stuffing your face with fucking food. So you happen to walk by and deal with the shenanigans. Hi, Pappy. I'm better. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Saturday. I'm pissed off. Fuck you, Sarah. Fuck you. Today's the day. Fuck y'all. Because I'm just in that mood. So tonight should be a member live. If we get some sleep. I don't congratulate Sarah. Take it all back. Anyway, I'm just feeling like that because I hate starting the day off with technology. And when things don't work automatically, everything should be up automatically. If I get into my Facebook, my TikToks and all that shit, I'm not doing TikTok. I'm not doing TikTok because I can't get to my other channels on my new app. I can't get to my channels on my new app. I created like 5 fucking channels yesterday. I didn't want to create 5 channels. I left Facebook, you did? Oh, everything's gonna be fine. We'll see, Gene. Anyway, I don't know. Drink some wine. From the Thigh Society. What the fuck is the Thigh Society? My husband is home today. He's listening to you. Tell the Polish Prince hi. Hello, big Polish Prince. How's it hanging? To the left, to the right, or down in the middle? Please don't tell me to fuck you. I love it. You want me to? If you guys don't like my language or my sass, this isn't the place for you. Oh, I have chai thub rub. I do. Even though I lost weight. Lyrica, I can't cry. I can't cry. I wanted to cry last night. I didn't need 5 new accounts. I was trying to log into, and then this morning, I looked at my people and I said, I want to cry. And everybody got quiet. I said, don't worry, I can't cry. I'm devoid of tears. So, shit. Big Polish baby. Big Polish dog. Woo! He's all, yeah, that's right. I'm a big Polish prince. Big. Enunciation on the B-I-G. Because Danielle is inspirational. Now you feel lazy, you should, Michelle. Have you done anything for yourself this morning? Meaning exercise. Nope. Big D. I'm the big D. I got chub rub. Who doesn't have chub rub? Those freaking skinny people. You know who doesn't have chub rub? My friend Muffy. She's like a size -000, right? So now I am the best bitch on here. I never had any chub rub when I was anorexic. So, hi Charlene. Who's Charlene? Nobody's here, Charlene. That's not my name. So, what is that? What in the world? People take the time to make a Progressive insurance thing. I don't understand. Fuck you, Cindy. Not Cindy Fisher, but Cindy Webb wanted to fuck you. Just not, I didn't want Cindy Fisher to get confused because she gets mad at me when I say her name. So I just wanted to make sure, No, Lexapro, I cried like a baby. Lyrica makes me not have tears. And it's like, I feel them, right? They're out my eyeball and they won't release. It's the hardest thing. I can't cry. And when I'm frustrated, I cry. So what do I do? Lexapro doesn't make me not cry. I cried on, y'all not listening? God, you guys don't listen to me. My husband doesn't listen to me. My Zoomies don't listen to me. Nobody listens to me. Put Laura on the fuck you list. Fuck you, Laura. Fuck you. Anybody else? Here's the thing. I was on Lexapro way before I was on Lyrica. I cried like a baby on Lexapro. Okay? I cried like a baby. I'm on Lyrica. I can't cry. I started up. I'm titrated again. So I was anorexic at 14. And it's frustrating when you can't cry. I said, yeah, fuck everyone. It's 103 degrees outside. That's a fuck you. Fuck you, Mother Nature. And I don't even want the wind. We have messes right now. Do you know what kind of work this is going to provide for me when the wind stops? Fuck you, wind. Fuck you. I had to turn my fucking sprinklers on manually because my shit's not going on. So maybe I'll have to hard reset this shit and start all over again. I don't want to do that. You guys, I'm gonna scream. Are you Wendy Sadie? I'm a size 16, 4'8". You're 4'8"? Lisa's 4'8". Is that considered a little person? Are you a little person? Fuck you, Dorothy. Now Dorothy told me to fuck off. What the fuck's happening over here on Facebook? Very Wendy. 4'8". What in the world? 4'8". That's a little person. I like little people. They're like, you can put them around. Yeah, you know, you can put them in your pocket. Like a little, flavor saver. 4'8"? Girl, that's badass. I mean, you could really fuck with people. You know what I mean? That's fun. I wish I was little. You could play tricks on people. You can walk through people's legs. Yeah. You have a speaker horn? Oh, I need one of those. Yeah, 4'8". Yeah, 4'8" is much smaller than a 5'4". You're almost 6 foot? Shit. Candy's tall. She's a 6-footer. I'm only 5'7". I used to be 5'8". So I'm shrinking. Pretty soon I'll be 4'8". Should I cry too if I were 4'8" and a size 16? No, that's not good. You're a redhead? Oh, she's a leprechaun. She's a red-headed 4'8". Oh my God. I would love, how fun would that be? Come on, Lisa. Hop on, girl, I got you. Jump on my back. You too, Shelly. I'm tired. Lisa, you're 6'1". That's not rude. You know how I feel about red hair, right? Yeah, Spitfire, that's right. But she knows. Laura Ellison says she's just a black woman. Hey, that's beautiful. Don't you even talk negative about yourself. That's beautiful. I would like you as a friend too. I don't care what color you are, the size you are, the height you are. I just care about your kindness. Oh shit, Cindy Webb, fuck you. I have to specify the last name because I have a troll named Cindy Fisher, and there's lots of Cindys in here, so I don't want her to think I'm talking about her. Cindy Fisher, these weren't the fuck yous to you, but while we're at it, fuck you too. She took me down. Her and a gang of people took me down on Facebook for sexual exploitation of gender roles and harassment and bullying, because they're not harassing or bullying me by being cowards and mass reporting, right? Weird how that happens. But they're calling me the bully, right? Candace says, fuck you too, Cindy Fisher. Yeah, Cindy F. Fuck my life, Cindy. One of the rudest people I've ever met. You've seen by her diatribes on my messages she sends me. Threatening messages, by the way. Racist messages to other people. She got mad because she said she's not a racist. Well, judging by her word choices, oh yeah, she is. She fits right into the people who are mass reporting me. Yeah. You know, evil cowards who can't stand up. All they can do is threaten and be cowardly and take people down. Woo! Those are the people I want behind me. So they can continue to do that. If that gets you off, right? They hear me. They still watch me. It's really sad. And the problem is you can't, it's hard to take anybody else down anywhere else. So, no, I know, Cindy Webb, that's why I have to be specific. Because you're all Cindy's asking for a fuck you. I needed to clarify because Cindy Fisher watches me. You know, oh, I heard, Danielle. No, you watching, bitch. We all know. Who name are you at? What name are you at? And that's the thing. Cowards who watch my show under fake names, right? Because they don't want to be blocked. So it's really interesting. But who's the problem? I guess it's me. Hi, Laura. Thank you, Laura. I appreciate that. Yeah. So anyway, if y'all are on TikTok and you're here, I can't go on until the 26th. And they'll continue to take me down. They will continue because they're bitter, they're angry, they're miserable, unhappy people. Just go take a look at Debbie. January, you know, on her lives. Yeah, it's great. They can just keep coming back. They just keep coming back to torment me. And they're miserable. You know, they all follow January, right? They got Zoomy score in January. You know, I'm a bitch. I'm the liar. I'm the cheater. You know, I'm all those things. So they all flocked to her. Once they knew that we were in a scuffle, right? They flocked to her. Interesting, huh? And now their biggest vendetta is to take me down. Take me down. Because these people hate the truth, right? People like that hate the truth. They try to stop you from telling the truth, right? So, and we will continue to watch. So I'll do my best to continue to pop up somewhere. So I know the definite places that I'll be able to stay on is YouTube. So if you all want, you got to make sure you have my YouTube as backup. They're cray-cray. And let me tell you, when you're around these people for so many years and you reflect back on life with them, and signs were there. Isn't it crazy how, as humans, we may not see the red flags immediately. We can't see the red flags because there were so many. And why do we sacrifice ourselves to make them fit in when really they don't, right? They're really vindictive the whole time. And then as the relationship continues, then we start seeing the signs, right? It's crazy. Why do our minds do that? Why do we give people leeway? Why do we ignore the signs that are there or not see them? You know what I mean? It's so crazy to me. But then when the signs are there, it's a wake up and you're like, what the fuck? Yeah, what the fuck? You know? And then you're like, shit, how did I not see this? And why didn't I not see this? We choose somewhere along the way to ignore certain things, and I don't know why. Because we like them, I think. So we sacrifice our morals and our ethics. I don't know. Yeah, I never heard that one. Bob Saget said, somebody said in that group, I want someone to F my son and tell me how it was. Who says that? Who says that? Who is so infatuated with their son that they want to live vicariously through their girlfriends? Those were real comments. Yeah, real comments. Hi, Charlotte. I'm trying, girl. I'm trying. We don't realize it. Or maybe we do. Ask Tammy, really? Sounds weird, right? Hi, Angelica. This is the shit. And we're like, oh no. I didn't hear that, but other people did. And I have no interest in knowing how my son is during those encounters. Nor do I want to know anything about my daughters. So that's okay. Apparently. Yes, Candace. And I'm sure you know which one it is. Starts with the C. There's the other one too, that was really infatuated with her son too. Why are people that? Is anybody that crazy infatuated with your kids. Was Dan all right to be around when he was a lawyer? No, Dan's a grumpy man. He's just a grumpy man. There is some wacky people out there. So many crazy people, Charlotte. You can see from my comments. Yeah, I know, Mary. So several people heard one of these people say that. It's crazy. Fucking Facebook dictator. Wow. Yeah, I like that. Allen Stock and Peter Pan peanut butter. No, we can't knock the Peter Pan peanut butter, Bob. Come on. Peter Pan peanut butter is good. Y'all, hi Miami. It's, I like those things. I like those peanut butters. We can't knock that. I will defend the Peter Pan peanut butter. I will. So anyway, some very sick people out there. 2 of the people in our group were very attached to their sons. Now, it's like weird, like attachments. You know, I mean, I love my son, but like, bye-bye, you know. Sick mother cluckers, for sure. Hi, Mystics. Hi, Q-Ball. Where you been, bruh? Don't tell me, I got kids. You know, I gotta pay attention to the kids. I gotta take the kids for summer. There was a third. Shit. Jebby blocked you after the battle between you two? Yeah, because you chose a side. I always said, you do you. You guys will figure it out along the way and whatever. I love Peter Pan peanut butter. Yeah, and so they have people watching, so they knew who to block. You know, they're so upset. Like if you want to grow your account, no, Candace is our friend. Yeah, she's on Facebook right now. She thought she was a mod because I thought I made the mods, and well, you know what I mean. So they literally had people looking and typing. You've been dating a coworker? Phew. Didn't we talk about this like months back? I just spit. We don't do that. What happens when it doesn't work out? And then you have to see each other all. Yeah, no, Candace is a straight and narrow puppy, man. Or kitty. She loves kitties. So no, she's not involved. Yeah. Touch my swag. Yeah. You have a lot of impersonators. Yes, they do. But you got to realize, if you see, no, it's crazy, Angel. It's like crazy. I can't get rid of them. They were just, because you were part of Debbie. You were part of that visit. So people are like, well, what about Candace? So they're asking over here. I said, no, she's on the straight and narrow. She knows loyalty and she knows true people, right? And you can tell when people always point the fingers to other people. Come on. If you're smart, you get it. Deflection, Your Honor. Deflection. Get it, Q? Q-tip? Q-ball? I call him Q-ball. I have, because I know. Cindy, you can change it back in 7 days. I don't care. We love Q. My PC, no. There's, you guys, we sit back and reflect and we're like, what the fuck were we thinking? Sometimes you're just swayed by the humor and the fun you have, and you forget those things. I'm an awesome dude. Thank you. Yeah. Vegas next year in April. I'll be there. Be there at B Square. So I think it should be a crime to steal. I think it should be too, because they're trying to make money off of us, right? What you do for Dan and Ed, what we do for Ed is amazing. It is, Mitchell. I will agree with you. You can't run from your crimes, ma'am. No shit. What about that Kelsey girl? Tchotchke? Yeah, well, we've been trying to get rid of her forever. Don't let her fool you. Whatever. She's never been here, though. So they asked, Candace is all feeling butthurt because she's like, what did I do? You were here. You were associated with the visit. There's only 2 people standing. No, Zelda's been to my house. Zelda even watched my house. Didn't you watch my house for a couple of days? So Zelda she's still standing. So I think my house has a curse. Cha-cha is a ray of sunshine. Yeah. Nobody else is staying in my house though. I can't have people stay in my house anymore. It's just not gonna be. I've had a really bad experience. The only people who've been here can stay here. Everybody else, you're gonna have to get a hotel. I can't deal. Caroline has not stayed here. Caroline has not stayed here, but she's been here. So we think it has something to do with actually sleeping here, and then they leave. So the people who just stayed for hours, there's definitely a bad omen. And I don't want anybody associated with getting fucked from that omen. So I had to sage the room. You know, yes, everybody's welcome to go to Vegas. You just can't stay in my house because I'm afraid there's something that's weird. You can come and see me, but you have to leave. You have to leave. Bob Saget had a bad time in the hotel, for sure. Yeah, so everybody's invite has been canceled ever since my bad experiences with people who've come and stayed with me and decided to walk away from all this beautifulness. Yeah. So, anyway, Zelda, welcome for the last man standing. Candace, you are the last man standing. Tony, you are the last man standing. Because they've actually slept in my house. Of course you can come to Vegas, but you probably won't. She said she can't get pregnant. Richie, I hope you're lying. Oh shit, what did I do? Technology! Don't even. You need another kid? Is that Eddie guy doomed? My Eddie? Oh shit, he's been living for 5 years. I think a family connection is fine. I don't know. How close is the nearest Airbnb? I don't know. Lately you have to do some research. But yeah, I just have this phobia, you know, that people who spend the night don't come back. So we ain't taking that risk. I hope he's telling a story. Sometimes I don't know when Richie is joking. I think I only have one person that has stayed at my house that I still speak to. See? True story. Rich, stop it. You never trust a woman who says they can't get pregnant. You still cover it up. That was your mistake. You didn't talk to me before. People leave omens in your space. I know. So if you're Muslim and practice Islam, there is such a thing as the evil eye. People place the evil eye. And so I believe, even though they're not Muslim, they have the evil eye. But no, I couldn't. Just Chelsea, stop it. The only reason my fat ass is still on the treadmill is because you didn't stop it. Go ahead, Michelle, keep going. Ironic. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? Hi, BB. I can't, you guys, I see everybody, but I can't respond to everybody. Maybe that's what she did. She left it. Yes. So I'll sage that shit. I did a dance, you know, the one on Decent Proposal? No, the proposal with Run. To the window, to the walls, to the sweater down my balls. All you bitches crawl. So I did that because Betty White did it. And it was supposed to release the evilness from yourself and everybody. So when everybody comes to the house, you need to do that to avoid anything. She's not smart enough to do that. She did something all right. I don't know. Elmo, simmer down. There's an Elmo in here. Where's Drake and his Uniball? I don't know. Are you into sucking? Am I into suckling? Suckling like a titty? No. Nothing. I don't like to suckle. I suckle my kitties with kisses. That's all the suckling I got. I'm not into suckling. I need to sage it. Moon water. You use cinnamon? Do I need moon water? Oh no. What do I do with the moon water and the cinnamon? Lily, tell me how I do it. I need to cleanse it. Hannah's coming home. I don't need her not ever coming back to my house. Shit. Why would you want to stay at her house if you'd like to meet her? Go to a motel. Yeah, no strangers. If I've never met you, we talk, that's fine. But I can't have you in my house. You could be a sociopath. I've already had one sociopath in my house. I don't need to do another one. When, so no, I have to, nobody's staying in my house anymore, except the past party who's been here. And I've known them, I FaceTimed them for years. Lily, I would trust you. I would trust Lily for sure. I don't know if she would trust the bad omen that's in my house, but I've FaceTimed people for years before they were allowed to, yeah. Yeah, just visits. Caroline is fine. Sage, I need to know what you do with the moon water and the cinnamon. Don't tell me I have to dump the moon water in the room. No spending the night. I already feel bad that she slept. I Lysoled the bed. Is that enough? Is Lysoling enough? I don't know. So it's 3 people. Shit. Oh, that you talk to. Hello. You can just put it here. Yeah, you'd be fine. You already know. You already know. Hot storms. I look like a mess. I feel like a mess. I'm still spotting. I feel exhausted. My body's kind of hurting today. I'm titrating up on my medicine, so I feel a little verklempt. I can't cry. I wanted to cry for 2 days, maybe even 3. I can't release that. So what do? I don't pray. Halamuckalaka shakalaka laka laka. Alaka. I need the bad evil spirits to go away. Boom shakalaka laka laka. Devoid my house of Debbie Bush and her evil ways. Boom shakalaka laka. Boom shakalaka. Cindy Fisher was in my house on my counter for 2 fucking years. Take that evil spirit that she threw upon me and into my house away. Boom shakalaka laka 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 laka. The Andersons, the Chris's, y'all fucking did some evil shit. Absorbed me from the sins of their beliefs and their ugly ways. They came to my house and then roasted me and left me for dead. Boom shakalaka laka. To the window. To the wall. The Walmart delivery guy's here. To the swept right down my balls. All you spirits go. Boop, 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 motherfuckers. Get out of my fucking house. Is it done? And did I miss anybody? Leslie. Leslie. Add Leslie to that boom shakalaka shit. Who else? Who else? Leslie, Cindy, Chris Andersons, Debbie. Did I miss anybody? Boom shakalaka. Boom fucking shakalaka laka laka. I need to baptize myself in the cold pool of misery and dead mice. Yeah, there was a mouse in it the other day. The retired minivan driver. But yeah, so did I get everybody? Zoomies. Did I get everybody? Boom shakalaka leaky. Get out of my house, you ugly evil spirits. Tony. Is Tony still here? Tony! Tony! I don't know. She's looking. Oh, Penny the chocolate lover. Boom shakalaka laka laka. Hey, hey, you gotta learn to follow your own gut, Penny. Come on, girl. You need to stop following people. Be your own person. Boom shakalaka laka. Good. There. Shit, I hate people who can't stand on their own 2 feet. People who have to kiss ass. People who have to follow people around because they're insecure and needing attention. God, be your own person. I learned how to do that years ago. And you're how old? And you're still following people around wanting attention, needing friendship, buying friendship at this point. Lord have mercy. Gary fucking Todd. Boom, be gone. Poof. He wasn't in my house though. Oh, but he was, never mind. Yes, he also contributed to a lot of evil in this world. I don't know. they are afraid. They hate me talking about them. They want to slather me with slander suits. They want to slather me with doxing. Well, first of all, I've never given you Penny the Chocolate Lover's real name, right? Maybe I have. It's Kim. Cindy Fisher, I'd like to say, because she's the main one. Yeah, well, they're all after me. Leslie, I think, is secretive and perplexing and acts like, you know, she's innocent. Penny just follows them around because she has no strength to stand on her own. But doxing is more than just saying a name. You know, if you're still following me around, right? Taking me down, right? Stay away. I'm gonna keep talking about y'all until you leave me alone. You guys are the ones doing the damage. As long as you take me down, I'm gonna keep your names in my mouth. I want everybody to know the type of people you are. Yes, Brady. Yes. No, the Kim, that's not this Kim. I haven't doxed anybody, right? Look up the definition of doxing. Doxing is giving your full name, your address, doing all those things. So your number was accidentally posted. Well, you shouldn't be sending me threatening texts, period. You shouldn't be sending me threatening texts that you know I'm gonna turn around and use against you. So yes, her number's still up. So that's doxing. Well, that was your fault, right? I'm trying to show people the type of person you are. Oh yeah. Yeah, and she basically told on herself. The longer you keep my name in your mouth, Kim V, that's Penny the Chocolate Lover. It's really Penny the Chocolate Lab. And one day I was just so perplexed, I said, Penny the Chocolate Lover. So as long as they stay listening, right? I mean, how is that any different than what I'm doing? I'm just trying to protect myself. So if people see them lurking, they can say, oh, Danielle, right? Oh, Danielle. But as long as you text my husband and said, and Kim's text was like, I don't know what happened, but, you know, trying to play dumb like she did. And that's why she got kicked out of Zoom, because she played dumb. Don't play dumb with me. That doesn't work. All of it is public info. Yeah. All of it's public info. Anybody can get your address and your phone number with a last name. So, yeah. Grow up, understand the terminology, and know better than slander and give threats to people. Leslie wrote a book, you know, about how, you know, I was in the wrong and nobody did anything wrong and how she's perfect, and I got mad at her for spending more time. No, I got mad at you, Leslie, because you were being a sneaky bitch. I got mad at you because you sucked in Kim to your game of being hurt because I added Cha-Cha as a moderator, right? You got pissy because you liked the power. You started abusing the power, and I started calling you out on your bullshit. And then in turn, you sucked in Kim, your bullshit conversations behind the scenes, and enough was enough. Period. It had nothing to do with your ailing mother or the attention you were giving to her. Give me a fucking break. Give me a fucking break. Yeah, I can't. I try to block them and they come back. And so I don't know. I don't know what's happening. So there's valid reasons why everybody is gone. They just choose not to look at the real reason why. Hi, good. What's up? I'm bitching about ugly people. Howard Stern. Did something happen with Howard? I always thought Howard was funny. I like Howard. And his friend, what was the cohort? Oh, thanks, Deborah. It's very juvenile. Hi, Janet. Yeah, it's just crazy games. And they still want to act like they have this power by taking me off of TikTok. I mean, okay, there's other accounts I have. Like, I could use the other accounts, but why? You're trying to run me off, then what would life serve you? Like, you have a vendetta against me. Leslie's jealous because I wrote a book. She never amounted to that. You know, she never amounted to that. Oh, I like that, Jade. So she's pissed that I did something, you know? She's pissed that I'm actually doing more than she's ever done, even as an editor. I paid her for things to help me with, and that's the thanks I get. Thanks, Les. What a trooper. It's hotter than hell. Yeah, we have massive wind. It's not too hot today, which is nice, because normally we're in the hell zone too. Robin, that's her name. God, I love Robin. She was funny, and they're still together, right? What's wrong with them? Did something happen? Only 4, Wendy. Only 4. Only 4. My hip is hurting me. I haven't stretched enough. Some came to me and got them blocked. Yeah. It doesn't blow my mind anymore how miserable people are. No. This world is pretty miserable, Katie. And you either choose to rise above it or try to be better, or you sink in the hole of misery and hate. And those people are hateful. If you see the way Debbie talks, you know, she has all sorts of different personalities that are worrisome, because my personalities are, you know, embellishment and having fun, and she either goes crazy or she acts calm as a lark. It's weird. You too, Lewis. I was calling for you. I just remembered something that could be holding the evil eye in my house. I was yanking on you. I was calling for you. I still have the whiteboard of her writing all over the whiteboard. Maybe that is, I have to get rid of it. I've just realized, I saw it the other day and I was like, is this holding on to the evil in my house? With her story makes me say, yes. That's the thing. It's like, people try hard. You know, Dan was kind of, with my family. Remember I told, yes, Goodman, it's not our anymore. It could be yours, but it's not mine. I do not possess her. I do not control her. And I can't stand to look at her. It's just ugliness, pure ugly and evil. Dan's like, well, why are you chasing after, you know, your family? Because, you know, I told you about my family and how my cousin's driving up to see my cousin who's lived here for years, right? And we're like an hour and a half away. And she like has never made an attempt to see me, right? Never made an attempt to see me. And now that my cousin, right, he's driving up to see her. Well, why wouldn't you stop and see us and then go see her, right? It really pisses me off. And so, hi, Michelle. And I was like, you know, it kind of makes me angry. It gives me that PTSD from my family, right? The Behar side. And, you know, we have to go to them, which is 2 hours away for just a day. It's a lot. It's a big drive, right? Depending on traffic and all that stuff. So anyway, Dan's like, I don't understand why you're chasing them. And I'm like, I'm not really chasing them. I'm just doing it for my kids because my kids want to go. It's not your monkey, not my tree. But I prefer you not talking about her on here because she is just an evil woman who is she's struggling, and I don't want no part of that ugliness. I'm trying to escape it, and they keep sucking me in, Goodman. They keep taking me down on TikTok, and it's her group that's doing it, right? They're out to get me because they're not happy with themselves, and they're not happy with my truth. So just don't bring her up to me, period. I don't care that you stay on her side. You do you, boo. That's not up to me. But you need to just not mention her here. And don't say our Debbie, because that's not accurate. So, right, well, and that's what I said. I said, well, because my kids really enjoy Adam, and he's in town. And Dan said, I know, but it's like, why don't they take the time for you? How come they're just going to the other Behar and not really paying attention? It's like everybody goes to them, right? And it's like, here I am, the lost Behar, like, hello, what about me? Oh, you can come and drive 2 hours. It pisses me off. I really don't want to go. I know you got yelled at for following me. I'm surprised she didn't block you, honestly. If she knows you're on my lives, don't let her know that, because you'll get blocked. Because that's the game she's played with half of the people now who follow me and have chosen the side. She's all about choosing sides. So anyway, and I said, well, because I know my kids want me there, and I'm going to go because I know I'll enjoy it, and I know I'll be happy, right? And I know I'll be glad I did it. But it still brings up all my PTSD, period. It brings up all my PTSD. And what doesn't tell me anything? Are we talking about Goodman, Debbie, or my family. Oh, Sue, I know. Hi, Janet, how are you? Jeanette. Doing okay. I'm doing okay. I'm just trying to get through this day. So anyway, yeah, so I'm very conflicted. I really don't want to go, but I know that I'm ready for the Messiah, Kimberly. I've been waiting for the Messiah forever. She is the bee, Deborah. So I'm waiting for the Messiah. I might be the leader of the next Messiah, right? So, and I'm not taking this shit, Tina. They want me to be quiet, and that's why they keep taking me down. It was Goodman. Yeah, I mean, it was to Goodman. Goodman, yeah, you should know better. She was talking to you, Candace. I mean, it's up to you, but like, I don't know. Never mind. I'm not going there. So, yeah. And didn't stop to see us. I know. And that's what the issue is. But I know I'm going to have fun. I know I'm going to be glad I did it. But the PTSD is for real. And it acts up because I've always felt like the Behar nobody cared about. And these things show that there is. Well, Adam, why didn't you stop here for a day? Right? Why do I have to go to you and Monique? So anyway, as far as the others that take me down, right? I'm not going to quiet down because I don't believe in standing down to bullies. To me, is standing down to bullies if I stop talking about them. So fuck them. I'm not standing down. You want to act your age? You want to act miserable? Then fine, do what you got to do. Anyway, when am I going? Wednesday. So I won't be around Wednesday. I'll probably be on super early on Wednesday. And then we won't be doing a Wednesday live unless Dan does it. Anyway, Goodman, don't yell. Don't do that here. Don't do that here. I'm not here for it. I'm really not. I have no tolerance for that side because they're the ones taking me down. And it is weird that she's allowing you around. It's weird, yes, and Danielle brought you to her. And it's weird that she still allows you around. Knowing you're here. That's to me is game playing. And I just won't tolerate the bullshit. I just won't. I don't want you bringing her bullshit over here. I have a bully. What's a bully? A bully is somebody who's mean, vindictive, and tries to hurt you in any way. Physical force, sly bullshit, trying to take you down on TikTok, and trying to say you're a liar. Pointing fingers, yeah. So, you know, and that's the thing, Goodman, is I know you've been here from the beginning. But things have gotten ugly, right? Things are ugly. And I'm very surprised she's allowing you in there knowing she wants you to pick a side, or she's using you for information, or you are getting information to bring back to her. I don't know, but it's weird. It's weird to me. And that's me being honest. That's me being honest, because everybody that knows me, she's been blocked them. She's unblocked all my friends on Zoomies so they can go watch her and report back. I'm not into the games. I'm not into the games. It gives me the heebie-jeebies, and it makes me wonder. And TikTok. I'm not on TikTok, Stormy. I can't get on TikTok, and I'm not going to go on my other accounts. Because why? Because that posse keeps taking me down. Take care of the husband. He needs to. Yeah, I don't know. Goodman, you make me feel uncomfortable. And that's just honestly. And, you know, maybe, it just makes me feel, you know, for the people she allows in, there's a narrative for her. She wants to manipulate people. Yeah, great, good. You don't need to know. So anyway, so that's the family issue that I have, and I'm struggling with that myself. I'm struggling. Dan, I don't need you to come in here. I don't need you to come in here and do that. I really don't. I don't need your bullshit either. This is my live. If you don't like it, don't watch. Period. Did he not clean the scissors with alcohol before you use them? Did he not clean the alcohol before? I know Jade is a germaphobe, so her husband touched something, right? Her husband touched something without. I know, Brady. You've said that for a long time. Yeah, you've said that for a long time. So that's my PTSD, and it's like weighing on my shoulders, honestly, because it's just that childhood trauma of wanting to be there and being included in that side of the family and always not being included. So I just feel a certain way. Dan's like, why go? And I said, because I'm gonna go, because I know I'll like it. I know I'll enjoy it. I know we'll have a good time, but it still works me up. It still works me up. I thought she did, okay, she did. So anyway, that's it. I have no other plans today, other than if we make it alive out of this day, then we'll have a live later for our Friday Night Live, Saturday Night Live, whatever the hell it is. So as far as Wednesday, I won't be back till late that night. Thanks, Deborah. Thanks, Laura. You too, Anna. Is it Anna? Sorry if I say your name wrong. I don't have glasses on. So, yeah, it's really hard, Suzanne. And, you know, Andrew wants me to go. I mean, Andrew's like, he wants me to go. And I think I would just be stubborn and not go. I would be stubborn and not go because I'm so perplexed about it. But my son's like, I want you to come with me. So thank you, Kim. Kimberly Moorer, enough's enough. I mean, enough's enough. I don't need we already said, you said the Messiah is coming. I gave you that, but I don't need to know any more than that. I believe the Messiah is coming. I am the leader of the Messiah. I am the new Messiah. So it's me. I am. I'm choosing AC and Netflix. Yeah, I want to try to swim, but it's freaking cold. I was freezing yesterday. Social media seems to be going down hills, and that's why I don't post any family, etc. But there are some people whose only joy is to hate. Yes, Rebecca, and I 100% believe that. I mean, just go take a look at my Facebook page. Just go take a look. I will be happy. I will be happy. I know I will be happy. I just, that PTSD is killing me, you know? And it's just something that, you know, we have a hard time getting over, right? And that's a trauma I haven't worked on yet. I haven't worked on that trauma yet. Road trip, maybe I'll do a road trip going down with Andrew. Yeah, I could probably do that because I have 2 fucking hours. We're only gonna hit 82 today. Good. We're in the lowest. We're low heat for us, so I'll take it. I got to figure out. What I need to do is figure out my freaking all my electronics are failing me. all of my electronics are failing me, guys. So I need to figure out why the frick my sprinkler system's not coming on. I need to figure out my computer shit. I just need, who's available? Does anybody have techiness behind them? I can't. Shit. How can something make you happy trigger PTSD? I just explained it, Janet. I just explained it. Honestly. I just explained it. Oh, I could do that. Plug it and restart. I just explained my PTSD. I was part of a family that never existed to me because I live so far away. I have a cousin from part of that family that's lived in California, an hour and a half away from me, for the last 5+ years and has never made the attempt to see me. I have a cousin who lives by coastal, and he's driving to Santa Barbara to visit Monique, who is my cousin, who lives an hour and a half away from me. And then they said, hey, why don't you guys come and visit us, right? It's like, okay, but I'm on the way. Why don't you stop and say hi first here and then progress on your own? Again, do you follow me? Am I not making that clear? It could be kind of confusing, I don't know, but it sounds perfectly clear to me. So I won't be leaving my house. Oh, God, Deborah, I wouldn't either. So that's PTSD. PTSD. Nobody cares about Danielle Behar. Everybody just, because I've never been a part of their connection the whole time because I've been here. That's my PTSD. From the I've forgiven my father, but I obviously haven't forgiven the other side. Hi, Froggy. How are you? A year old, Goodman. A year old. a year old. It's crazy. I don't know. Just because their blood doesn't make them family. I know, but it's that little child. You guys, listen to me. Lord, we have non-active listeners today. It's that little child in me that wants to be a part of something that I really have never been a part of. I mean, can I say it any more clearer? Anyway. Jade, you're hosing your husband down. Hi, Janet. How are you? It's the feeling of being left out all the fucking time. They make time for, like, I'm a cousin too, right? But all those cousins were together through childhood and through early adulthood. And now, right, I have some on the West Coast. I have still some, two on the West Coast. Adam is like 6 hours from me. Monique is an hour and a half. And they've never made the effort, but they expect me to make the effort. Or my kids. My kids have gotten really close to Adam, Jennifer, and Andrew since the wedding a couple of years ago, which is great. I think he's trying to make up for my trauma, right? My trauma. He's trying to make up with my kids for my trauma as a child. So he's really connected with them. And he treats them to magical things, and this scooter is his, and he gave it to Jennifer and Andrew, and like, you know, he's making up for the things that I never got, the attention. But do you realize like how far that is? 2 hours? I mean, in one day? Come on. So it just pisses me off. Could be a power glitch, cleared the settings. So I have to just shut it down. Shit, Goodman. So it's just the little girl in me. It's the little girl in me that wants to go and wants the attention, but then the adults like, fuck them. Why should I be chasing, you know? Yes, he should try to heal with me, but I think he thinks he's doing it through my kids, which is great. I think I'm okay with that. Like, I think it's great that my Andrew is close to him and his son. His son is Hannah's age. And I think that's amazing. Like, you know, the Andrew's really connected on the Behar side with them, those two. Not everybody else, just those two. So I know, you get tired of it, Goodman. You know, you get tired of being the one that's always making the effort. Now, I never always made the effort because I was pissed off that nobody made the effort for me. Thank you, Chris. My eyes are pretty, thank you. Well, you can't kiss me. That's the no-no. I'm married. I grew up in a house with 16 people, so no AC. Oh, fuck. And if there's 16 people in the house, that's just a lot of body heat. I had a best friend this morning. Oh my God, Mariah, 55 degrees in Vermont sounds amazing. Yeah, hi Millie. I think that's Millie. Sorry, my eyes are really bad. Well, family will fuck you. Yeah, they will, and fuck family. Usually down on the inside cover that tells you, I tried. It's all programmed already though. It's like weird. It's programmed to come on, but it's just not going on. And I was like, okay, my brown spots are even browner. I'm like, this is weird. It's crazy. One day I asked myself why I wanted those kind of people to like me. It's my family. The little kid in me wants it. You know, like the id. Remember the id in psychology? Anyway, we're going to read some cards today. We're going to get a good one, and we're going to follow through with it. And we're going to be the badass bitches we are. And even men can be the biches. We're biches and bras. So I turn on my sprinklers now. They turn on. I just turn on. Hi, Rosie. The guy I told you about hold on. Sorry. I'm coming. I dropped you. I apologize. The guy I told you about, my niece is dating has separated from her from the family. My niece's dating has separated her from and that happens a lot, Goodman. That happens a lot. People choose their love interest over family, and it's actually repulsive because when it doesn't work out, which it probably won't, fucking sprinklers. I will, Cheryl. I always do. I work myself up. I cry. I've cried like Dan sometimes is so clueless. I'm like, have you realized that every function we've been to in the last couple of years where my cousins have been involved, I have cried and literally had a panic attack. Literally had a panic attack. Like, how are you not remembering those things? Like, it gives me extreme anxiety. Extreme anxiety.
I did 5.2 something miles, but I walked. I ran 4 miles and I stopped. I need to get the cards. But yeah, you guys, I mean, I'm not perfect, right? I'm not perfect. I still struggle with things, right? And it's okay to talk about those things, And I know, Goodman, I wish you could do it too, because I don't know how to do it. But there's things that you still, life is a constant evolution of fixing the past and letting go of the past. And that's something I haven't obviously let go of because it triggers me every time. There's a family group text. Not backwards. I'm going through that with my granddaughter. She met this guy now. We don't hear from her. And that makes me so fucking sad. That makes me so fucking sad. Look up the actual definition of post-traumatic stress syndrome. Janet, what are you supposed to be telling me? What are you saying to a child psychologist? What are you telling me? What are you telling me that I'm wrong in? Because obviously you said that because you're trying to prove me wrong in something that I'm saying. Don't do that. Please don't do that. I don't really like passive aggressive people and yelling and a point to try to make a point to me. That doesn't work well. No, not with anybody. It shouldn't work well. So anyway, you guys, come on. I hate when people try to correct you on something. It's a trauma. It's a trauma from the past. It doesn't have to be violent. It doesn't have to be any of those things. It has to be something that your brain makes the trauma before the age of 7. Look it up. It's called life. Newsflash, it's called life. That's how you learn and get corrected and you get humbled. Oh God, here we have another one. That's how you get humbled and you're corrected. No, it's people being ignorant and mean and unempathetic. That's what it means, right? That's what it means. It means people who you think are trying to make a point and trying to do something nice. That's not nice. They're social media people. They're out here to prove you wrong and to tell you in what ways you're doing everything wrong. It's very simple. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to see through that. The sad thing is she is carbon copy of her mother who has no association with her family. Well, she learns. I mean, kids learn from their roles, No, that's not our Drake. No, Drake wouldn't do that or nor say that. I said I was going, you have me drawn. I said I was going, I hate how people tell me how I should feel. Yeah, I hate it with a passion. My feelings are my feelings. Whether you agree with them or not, don't correct me on how I'm feeling. Period. Why 7? It's 7. It's 7. I believe it's 7. 7 or 9, I can't remember. But most of your stress, most of your traumas are done before the age of 7. And everything beyond that is a subsidiary of that trauma. So how you react to society, how you react to people, have a direct reflection on what your traumas were when you were a little child. Period. So anything from the past that triggers us? Yes, pretty much. I mean, you could have current traumas too, like a bad car accident and those things, right? But majority of our identity and our personalities are stemmed from our traumas, right? How we react to certain things are definitely a stem from our traumas. Now, it doesn't have to be SA. It doesn't have to be, abuse in any way. It can be a simple thing of getting yelled at, from your parent, and your brain at that point is telling you, oh shit, that's a trauma. So every time you get yelled at and then you become in your older life a person pleaser, a people pleaser, because you don't want to disappoint people like you disappointed your parents. That is a trauma for you. And you become a people person. My trauma too is a trauma. I caregive, right? I'm a caregiver. I like to take care of people, because I had no control over my mom, right? And I saw her in ways in which I was traumatized because I felt like I had to be the mom at that age. At 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know what I mean? Oh, Goodman, you have no idea what triggers me. You have no idea. You have one thing, that's it. So I've become a pleaser. Sarah, you're a pleaser too. You try to please because of your past. I mean, those are the things that happen as a young child. Our future is a direct reflection of what we have created in our brains as a little kid to age 7 how we're going to respond to certain incidences based on our childhood. Yeah. I mean, and even like if you have, physical abuse or anything like that, that's a direct reflection, right? But I'm just saying people think PTSD is like something major, like a car accident or an SA or, a physical abuse. It doesn't have to be any of those things. It doesn't necessarily have to be those things, right? It can be something trauma, whatever our brain looks at, like getting yelled at, getting in trouble for doing something, and we become people pleasers because we don't want people to use us or blame us, or, we stay quiet because we don't want to stay conflict because we were in conflict our whole childhood, I mean, there's so many things. I used to not like conflict. And you know why? Because my mom and Ed always were fighting, right? And I just used to, as a young woman, I used to always just avoid it at all costs because I was afraid that if I had conflict or stood up for myself, it was going to relate in bad relationships. See what I mean? It's very complicated. It's really not that complicated, but when you think of it that way, it's a direct reflection of how we handle situations. And it's just the trauma. It's the trauma. I hated being yelled at. It made me uncomfortable. And guess what? I remember every time I got in trouble from my uncle, he used to flick me in my ear. That used to fucking piss me off. I hated that shit. That was a trauma. How it reflects me later in life, I'm really not sure. I really haven't social analyzed that. But there is social analyzing that comes from those issues. So, yeah, you still get yelled at. You do. So I studied, my major in college was child development. So it's literally the study of the brain from birth to 18, which is really our basic fundamentals for adulthood. So I could still be a psychologist and, because of the fact that I've studied the brain from the beginning. I call it fear of authority, and I would always tell perspective. Yeah, it's true too. It could be fear of authority. People, and that's why maybe I like control. Melinda, you're making me think about it. The reason why I like control is because of my home life, and I try to keep myself from that chaos in my own life. So, I mean, everything falls in line to my adulthood. I have learned here 10 years of therapy, expensive therapy. You do. I mean, it's funny because when you relate to somebody and when you hear their own traumas and you start reflecting, it's reflection. It's called reflection from other people. Hi, Lillian. And that's what's interesting, and I think that's why these communities are so great, is because you reflect more with somebody sharing their own traumas, right, or their own personal experiences. It makes you wonder. Now, I can look at a school book and I could give you a black and white answer, but I'm not a black and white person. I don't do well with that. I want somebody who has the same traumas or experiences than me, right? So they can put things in perspective and I can learn to reflect on somebody's own personal. It really helps, right? It really helps. It makes you think about things. Start whining and acting like a victim. Who said I'm a victim? Never once have I claimed that I'm the victim. And I've worked hard not to be a victim in my life. And I am not a victim, nor do I ever think I am. I think I'm a badass bitch that has overcome a lot of shit. So you can kiss my ass. Coming from a man who's trolling a woman. That's a great man. I hated therapy. I hated therapy. And I'm going to tell you why I hated therapy. I hated therapy because I would always ask the person, well, did you have any experience with this? And they were like, no. But, their studies teach you how to respond, just like a medical doctor, right? They look at a book, they have the answers, they see the same thing statistically, they're going to treat you like everybody else. It's the same thing. I did not want to be with people who did not have a smidgen of the type of issues that I had. Because I look at them like, okay, you can tell, I could read a book, I could go on WebMD, I can find something online to help me through this, but why? I want somebody's perspectives from their point of view with the same fucking thing I'm going through. Period. And when I found out that they didn't have any, I left because I was like, this type of thing for me, Like being able to talk to you about these things, this was with the stuff that helped me reflect on my own shit and learn. And then I learn to reflect more and grow from that shit. And then I realize, you know, sometimes even when I'm talking to you, I literally get epiphanies and I'm like, oh shit, you know, like that makes sense, you know? So I believe it's going to help a lot of you when somebody else talks about their issues or their past traumas, because we grow from that. We grow from listening and reflecting. And then once you learn how to reflect, it happens more. And sometimes you overthink everything, and sometimes you don't, and sometimes you go with the flow. You just got to go with the flow. My mom was almost 97, living with dementia. I respect you guys. Well, surely you're doing a hard job too. My therapist was hard. She didn't say what I wanted her to hear, but I needed it. And that's different. Everybody reacts to, every person, Laura, has a different need. And therapy worked great for you, right? For me, it just didn't. Because, you know, every time I went in, they're like, well, you seem like you have a good perspective on life. Why are you here? And I'm like, well, because I just need help getting through it. And I've been through people who gave me tools that, you know, but then I said, well, have you ever done this? No. Well, then I don't want to hear what your textbook says. I want to hear personal experience of how people dealt with it. And everybody's different, right? How have you parented in comparison? It was very important for me to change our, yes. It's funny you asked that. And remember, I was a young parent. Hi, Ollie. I was a young parent. So what I thought was important at the time was not, right? There were things that I did that I thought were important because I wanted those things when I was a young child, because I didn't have them. So I provided my kids with all the things because we had money, and I wanted, you know, full pantries, and I wanted, you know, full soda machines, and you know, all these things that I thought were important because I was missing. So, wrong. I tried to give them a life that I didn't have. I wanted a mom and a dad environment, you know, and I was going to do everything in my power to keep our relationship going because I didn't want my kids to be a product of divorce, right? So there was a lot of faults in my relationship. There was a lot of trials. There was a lot of times where I thought I was leaving, and I stood by because I did not want to do that to my kids, right? And I loved them. And I didn't want to do that to my kids. So that was another thing that I really, really worked hard for. I really wanted to have a cohesive family. And, you know, I mean, and it really, was that important? I mean, yes, but like there were so many other things that I should have focused on, but I was too naive at the time to realize, and now my kids are spoiled brats. I have panic attacks too, Rosie, trust me. It's why we choose partners that resemble our parents. It is. It's an environmental thing. You learn from your environment, you know. Dan and I aren't so much like our parents. I mean, there was a lot of flaws. There was moments where, you know, it was ugly, and there was moments that we could have done better or he could have done better. But through it all, you know, we had such a crazy foundation, I think, that kept us together, or kept me here. Bottom line. And we're still growing up. And then that's the thing, Candy, is we have to give ourselves some grace, you know, in that, because, you know, like you said, you made me think about, you know, how I made those changes. I didn't want my kids to have chaos. They were in sports, you know, I was available for them. My mom was never available for me. You know, she was either working full time or she was drunk, right? And so I never really had that, and, you know, ability. She was a binge drinker mostly, and there were weeks where she didn't drink, but, and then we would have a good time together. I was figuring out life as a young kid. And then I remember me and my friend both at like juniors in high school, we were both like, fuck. We had an epiphany and we were like, fuck, I think our moms are alcoholics. You know, it was like weird at the time where you realize, you know, you push this shit back and you know something's not right. And then all of a sudden one day it slaps you in the face and you're like, fuck, you know, that makes sense. And it was funny because we did it at the same time. And so I knew I didn't want to be that way. I knew I wanted to be present for my kids. I knew I wanted to give them everything I never had, which I did. I gave them everything and more. We had a nice house. You know, our kids weren't embarrassed of our house. I always wanted a cool house because my house was shitty, you know? I wanted to be that mom. My mom was a good mom. When she wasn't drinking. She was a great mom, and she was always interactive with my friends, and she was amazing to hang around. And I wanted to be that person. I wanted to be that person to provide a household for my kids and their friends and love to be here and spend time. I wanted to have that relationship with my kids like my mom and I had, despite her issues, and I did. I succeeded in that, and more. So I did change a lot. I changed some things for not the better, because now they're spoiled brats. But yeah, it is what it is. It's hard. And Jeanette, my dad was an alcoholic and a pill popper. I never knew he was a pill popper until later in life when my brothers were like, yeah. I mean, he had a really bad accident. He totaled his Toyota Celic. I remember he had scars all over, skin grafts and all that stuff. He was lucky to be alive. And what do they put you on? Oxy. And so I guess that became a demon for him, the rest of his life, with the alcoholism and his bipolar. It turns out he was bipolar. I mean, we always thought he was, but he never got help for it. We never talked about it. It was always just the family just knew he was bipolar. So, I grew up in a very, I mean, it was hard. I had to learn a lot, and it takes years to come out of that shell. And as you see, I am still stuck in it with the Behars. I'm still triggered, and I'm still upset, and I can't cry. So there's that. I can't cry anymore from the anxiety and the stress of feeling still left out. We always want better for our kids. But the stupid things, Linda, it was stupid, right? I know, Ollie, but that's why you came to the right place, honey. And you're welcome, Laura. And that's the thing, is that we all have our demons, we all have our issues, we all have our problems, and we still have traumas in our life. Those traumas may never go away. We may still deal with those for the rest of your life. Growing up in a dysfunctional home is really hard. It leaves you with a lot of stress and anxiety. I believe my home environment with my mom and Ed gave me all these issues. It's completely environmental. Rub it off on my wife and it wears me. I kid about it and I shouldn't. I mean, you're kidding about it because you're trying to cope with it, right, Goodman? Like, I kid about things with by the way, my kitchen hasn't been as disastrous. I kid about the things of Dan's flaws, right? Because that's just me and that's my personality. But I kid about them. But I'm serious, right? But it helps me cope with it. So my anxiety stemmed from that house. My anorexia, that's when my anorexia started at 14. The hormones starts changing and you get fucked up, and the only thing I could control was me, and it felt good. And so that's the thing that I always talk about, is because I didn't have those issues until my environment gave them to me. And I remember thinking the stress came on after my mom married Ed. Before, because I was so against the marriage at 9, 10, whatever I was. And it just got worse from there. And I remember at 14 when I started becoming anorexic, when I became an anorexic, it was control, right? Because I couldn't control my horrible environment. It was awful. You guys, that environment was and it fucked me up. And I think a lot of our issues stem from that era, right? If you live in a dysfunctional home, you're either going to follow those dysfunctions of our parents, whether it's SA or it's, alcohol abuse, or it's all those things, and you're going to follow in those lines and fuck yourself up even more, or you're going to try to break the mold and be aware of the things so you don't fall into it. You know what I mean? Laura, I think we're going to do a live tonight, but I don't know if I'm going to be on Facebook. So YouTube, Dan does his TikTok, and I do my YouTube. And so my anxiety and OCD started from there. I started cleaning obsessively in that house because that's the only thing I can control, right? I could control the other things, and redecorating, it started in there. And so when I'm really stressed, what do? I clean, or I redecorate, or I rearrange. That's what I've done. I've started doing that in the home. So a lot of the things you carry over when you're upset, right, goes to the thing. Mike, there's nothing you can do. You can have a talk with her and you can say, honey, I'm really concerned. You can lay out your concerns, but at the point, it's up to her to want to change or to scale back, right? I'm very aware of my alcohol intake. I've always been, because I refuse to be like my mom, right? I refuse to be like my mom. And I don't want to be like my mom. I don't want to be passed out on the couch drunk and my kids, beyond, I made it through. So even if I became an alcoholic now, who cares? Because my kids aren't home. That's on me. But I didn't want that for my kids, right? Do I remember my parents being together? Absolutely not. Did you get counseling? No. Are these everything that are in your book? Little bits and pieces. Yeah, little bits and pieces. Danielle Salinger. Yeah, Danielle Salinger on YouTube. I think I have 153,000 followers, so make sure you get the wrong one. I refuse to be like my mom. And I refuse to live in a house like I did growing up, right? Where Dan has a lot of similarities from Ed, right? So it's really cross-contaminates sometimes. He's a yeller, Ed was a yeller. So, it does, history repeats itself sometimes and you can't get away with it. Even though Dan wasn't around his dad from 8 on, it still is something that was in him before the divorce, right? Goodman, people say that when they read my book, it really opens the door for self-reflection, right? It opens the door, it makes you think about yourself. And it makes you reflect, whether it's going to be hard or not, but reflection is necessary for any sort of coming to terms or helping yourself or evolving. So a lot of people who have read my book said, Danielle, it's so great because it has taught me how to self-reflect, and it makes me self-reflect on hard issues that were similar to yours. And, I can write them down, jot them down, and answer it. And when you come to terms with some of these things, you can let things go and other things still stay behind. I admit my staying behind, that Bihar trauma is still there. And it probably will be there from the day I die. Because I feel like history repeats itself. And now that we're all older, there still is a lack of effort to include me in those events, right? It's a lack of effort. You choose not to have kids and I see that a lot of people do the same thing, Lillian. Yeah. Ollie Cat, always talk to your mom. I always talk to my mom. I always am praying to my mom. She is who I pray to. I'm not a prayer, but I don't even know if you could call it praying, but I look up to her all the time and I'm like, I need you. Please tell me what I need to do, how I need to handle this, because I'm lost, I'm perplexed, and I just miss you and your guidance. I could cry, but it's not happening. See, normally my voice cracks, but no tears. What the fuck? Yeah, I know. I've watched my mom die for 1.5 years slowly, and it's god awful. Atu Appa, great parents, and you're lucky. Coco, I'm so happy that you are, you can literally stand up as an adult and say, I had the best parents. And there's a lot of people I've met on here that say the same thing. And I'm okay, I believe that it happens for a reason. I think we choose to learn from it, and I'm learning slowly. Yeah, trust me, it's a learning experience. How do you order the book? Patricia, it's on Amazon, amazon.com. You search up Danielle Salinger, it'll bring up all my stuff. Yeah. Hi, Danielle. I talk and pray to my mom all the time. I do. I can't cry. This fucking Lyrica is done. How is your feelings, connections with Joanne? I love Joanne. I love Joanne. I always tell her she's welcome here. She won't come here because of Ed, but Ollie Cat, don't say that. I wrote a book, yeah. Are you bull, or are you bear, or I don't understand what that means. Amy, probably go in and go out. My family said I'm just like my dad, and it pisses me off. Well, Goodman, you have to, instead of getting pissed, think about it. Have you reflected on that? What attributes do you have that mirror your dad? And maybe there's certain attributes that do that, and that's why they say that. But that's a time for reflection. Instead of arguing back, that's a time when you should be like, well, what did I just do that makes them think of my dad? And you'd be surprised. That's happened to me a couple times, and I'm like, I get it. I see it. I see it. I treat my children not. I tried to do the same thing. Sometimes I tell her how much I love her and miss her, and sometimes I'm angry. I talk about her all the time. I'm pissed off at my mom. I tell her when I'm pissed off. My parents were great, but not perfect. Well, that's the thing. Nobody's perfect. Nobody. All of your parents had flaws. It's just the degree of the flaws they had, right? My mom had major flaws that impacted me. And really, I think turned me into the woman I am today. I never turned against alcohol. And both of my parents were alcoholics, but my parents were alcoholics who ran away from their problems. They doesn't necessarily like the alcohol. They drank it because they wanted to escape reality. And I made sure my connection with alcohol wasn't the same way. Because I'm not doing it to escape reality. I'm not running away from my problems. My mom and my dad never dealt with their problems. They never evolved. And I believe that's what ended up killing them. I mean, my dad did, because self-inflicted gun wound, right? But my mom, I believe her behaviors gave her disease. You know, I think that her life was just very trauma, stress, and all that shit. I mean, who knows? It's cancer, but I believe cancer sometimes is, you know, we have it in our bodies. It's just a matter of, you know, what are we gonna be inflicted with? And I don't know. Maybe if she were better and took better care of herself, maybe it wouldn't have happened. Maybe not. She did smoke, so hers was primarily smoking. So she did it to herself. You know what I mean? And yeah, occasionally I smoke when I'm gambling. You know, it's a risk you take, right? I want to live life and not in moderation of what my enjoyments are. But I didn't want to have an unhealthy relationship with alcohol. And that was my biggest thing, is if I'm drinking, I need to make sure I'm not like my dad and my mom in that sense. My nephew and great nephew are just like my dad. He did have good traits. So, well, you got to think of that. I never once smoked anything. And right, it happens, right? Even people who get lung cancer never smoked a day in their life. So, you know, my thing is that you got to live life as best as you can, as healthy as you can, and whatever comes your way, do your best you can. And honestly, that's the key. And that's where and that's what I chose to do, because I enjoy the taste of alcohol, right? Alcohol for me is about relaxation and unwinding. It's not about running. I don't have problems that I'm running from. I have problems, but I don't use it that way. I refuse to use it that way because of my mom and my dad. My father took his own life, and my uncle did too. His younger brother, and I found both of them. Oh God, Patricia, that's hard. I mean, that's a hard thing. And that's something you never, you know, Ali, as you talk about your mom and watching her suffer, you know, and as you probably do too, every phase is ingrained in your brain of your mom whittling away. Hi, Pat and Ion. Every image that I have of my mom in the last phase of life is the different stages of death until she died. And it was god awful. But I couldn't imagine walking in and finding, essay, you know, not essay, like my dad. My dad put a gun to his head, pulled the trigger with a bottle of Jack after a bottle of Jack and some Oxy, and literally walked away thinking he got shot, you know? I mean, come on, idiot. Can I say that? I had to report a comment on a fake account, so disgusting. I bet you did. I smoke on the boat or at the casino or company. Yeah, and you got to do what you do. I mean, if it gives you pleasure, I don't want to devoid myself of pleasure that it gives me and self-satisfaction and motivation or whatever I do to do these things. But I enjoy alcohol. You know, like last night, I wanted some wine while I was getting ready. Why would I say no? Why would I tell myself no? I could do it. Dan drove. I can, even if I got a little buzz with my half a glass, which I did because of my Lyrica, but it was fine. Everything is in moderation. Why? I was like, no, I'll just wait till I get to the bar. I'm like, why? If I want it, I'm going to do it. Hi, Galaxy. You know, those are the things that don't take away something you enjoy because you're afraid of the image or being your parent. If you have a different grasp on the things, I believe you are better than your parent, you know? My thing I follow, it's not what you do, it's how and why you do it. Yes, it's the same thing that I'm saying. You just said it more simply. Michelle. You said it more simply. I like the simpler way, but I can't think about it. This, by the way, shirt was my daughter's. I'm purging right now, so I have a lot of old stuff that the kids, and I was like, hey, I like that. I can fit into it right now because I've defluffed a little bit. I enjoy to wine. I'm not doing it. It's like when I'm really heightened and stressed, it's 3:30 and I'm like, fuck it. Where's the wine? You know? And then I start, you know, cooking and doing the things I have to do. I am still in control. I definitely am. Make sure you give yourself a pat on the back. You know, Deborah, I'm really proud of myself. 2 years I couldn't do that. 2 years I couldn't admit the good that I do in this world, you know, or the good and the things that I've overcome. I thought it was really arrogant to be able to say that, and I was afraid that it would come off the wrong way. Today I'm different. Today I have done so much, and I acknowledge it, and I accept it, and I accept your gratitude and your accolades, because you know what, I am. I've overcome a lot. I've done a lot, and I'm a badass bitch. I am. If you had a life like me, we all have our own lives, right? It's subjective. But my bullshit that I've overcome, and the deaths and all those things, and doing what I'm doing today is magic. I don't know how the hell I did it. It's Mike. It's crazy. It's crazy, and I'm a badass bitch because of it. I'm not perfect, right? I bitch, I complain, but I'm still doing it. I'm a coper. I'm a bitcher. I've always been that way. I just have to do it. Doesn't mean I'm not doing it. It just means I got to get it out some way. I don't yell, right? I'm not a yeller. I'm just a bitcher. I'm a bitcher. So I bitch while I do it. I don't even have an off switch. And that's the thing, Bill. You know, there's a lot of people who are ride or die. It's all or nothing. I'm not an all or nothing girl, you know? So it's not like, you know, I have a switch. My body tells me, girl, you're done, you know, no more. And then even when I party, you know, even when I go out and party, like about 5 drinks, my body's like, yep, no more. Can't do it. You're done. Cut off. And my body just always shut off. And I don't know if that's something subconscious that I put in my head from my past traumas with my parents and their alcohol abuse. But I do. Even when I party, it's like a 5-drink max. And that's over a span of hours. You know, I could be in a casino forever. And so my body's just like, yep, no more. No more. Done. Gone. Vibration plate is for lymphatic drainage, circulation, so on and so forth. It's really helped me with my bladder. So I bet it's something my body subconsciously has done. It's like, nope, you're not going to do anymore. My dad and my mom would drink, right? My mom drank to pass out. She wanted to escape, literally escape, and just dead. Some people don't listen. Yes, and that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of people who do that. Most alcoholics can't stop. There's no beginning. There's no end. It's just a constant state, right? You wake up, you open a beer, right? And then you're just going all day long. Oh, Jaron, I love all your pictures. They're so amazingly beautiful. It makes me cry. Not really. It makes me cry. You're a badass. This is why I do. I try to talk about, you know, it's relevant. My shit is relevant to everybody, you know, in some way or another. And I believe in the community where you are free and vulnerable to talk to other people. It helps you in different ways. You know, it has you listen first, and that you hear me talk, and how, you know, and it allows that reflection. I'm still back on the reflection. And then it shows, you know, if you reflect, learn from your fucking journey. Right? It took me forever to learn. And these last 4 years, you guys have helped me reflect. You guys have helped me do it along the way. And there's other people that were a part of it at the beginning that are no longer here. But coming on and being able to share my journey, right? My feelings. And that wasn't very good at the beginning. I had a hard time opening up because I was afraid everybody was going to take things personal, and then I would get attacked. Now I'm like, I'm not going to please anybody. My attitude, my behavior, the way I talk, nobody likes me, my personality. It's like, I learned. It took me 2 years to get through the attacks and learn from them and grow from them. And it's like, then I realized it doesn't matter what the fuck I do. You know, I'm still going to piss people off for being me. And as I've grown on this platform, I like who I am today. I love who I am today. And that's okay if you don't like who I am anymore. You don't have to. Friends come and go. There's a season and there's a reason. And we learn from those people and the journeys we have from those people, right? Whether they're still around haunting you every day or whether or not. I've learned that, you know, I've got to be more aware. I've learned that from these last group of people. I've learned that when I see red flags, I need to notice those immediately and pay attention to them. I need to know not to put my values and ethics aside, which I did for certain people. I put my values and my ethics aside, and what happened? For why? Why did I do that for somebody who dropped me like a hot coal, you know? And people that I sat and listened to for years in my Zoom room and just heard the lies that they told and, you know, just hearing the shit that they created and taking no accountability for it and continuing to do it. It was time. I started booting people out and they didn't like it. Right? I started confronting people and they didn't like it. And they're like, you've changed. Absolutely, I've changed. And I love who I am today because I'm not putting up with the bullshit. I'm not afraid. I'm not going to run and hide and duck and cover. If you want me, here I am. But be a real person and come to my face, right? Don't be like the coward behind the scenes. I'm not going to back down for bullies. I won't. I will never. And if I don't have any platforms because of it, then that's on them. It's not on me. I love you are, and thanks, Melinda. And I am. I like who I am. And along this way, Goodman. I'm going to use Goodman as an example. I think he got swayed a little bit in the beginning of my issue with said person, and he did. He texted me and he said something, and he said to me, and he said, "You're changing. I would love to talk to you about you changing." And I said, No, I'm not going to talk to you about my changing. I like who I am today. And if you don't like who I am today, then maybe you don't fit in my life anymore. And that's on you. That's not on me. But I'm not changing based on what people think and how people think I should be. Period. I'm not going to do it. If you don't like me anymore because you don't think I've changed for the better, then this is not the place for you anymore. But I'm not going to change because you think I should change back to who I was. People don't like when you set boundaries. People don't like when you put your foot down. And then they start pointing fingers. Well, you've changed. Yes, I have. I got smart. I'm dropping the bullshit. I'm confronting the bullshit. Hi, baby. Period. Hi, Kelly. Welcome to the crazy. Welcome to the crazy. You know what I mean? I feel better. I feel more confident. And when you start doing that shit, the confidence builds once you get comfortable. Once you get comfortable in doing those things, you build up your confidence and you feel like a badass, you know, because you don't let things penetrate you like you used to. Hi, Mard. How are you feeling? Do you ever go back and watch videos? Yes. Not like from the beginning. From the beginning, I don't like how I was in the beginning because I was such a naive woman and I was so timid and so shy and so worried. And today, I don't give a fuck, you know? It's really hard for me to look at myself when I'm insecure and weak because I'm not that person anymore. I'm not that person anymore. I didn't get rid of people early on Zoom because I didn't like confrontation and I felt bad. Now I don't give a fuck. If you're going to fuck up, I'm going to tell you about it and I'm going to say you need to leave. Right? Before it was so hard, so I allowed the behavior to happen for a long time because I was afraid to deal with it because I was like, fuck, I can't deal with this shit. So I just walked away because it was easier to walk away and let other people handle it. Not no more. I started putting my foot down and I was still learning at that time, right? I was still learning at that time. Today, yeah, try me again. Try me again. Don't bother writing to me that I've changed and I'm a problem. Good, because you know what? I like this version of me. You just don't like it because I'm not taking your shit anymore because I allowed it to go on for so long. So no, I'm a different person. I like who I am today. People like weak women. People like people who don't complain or people who don't address issues because they allow their shit to go and they can still control things behind the scenes. Fuck that. You're not going to take hold of that shit. I saw through everything. I heard everything, but I just didn't want to deal with it because dealing with it, I knew there was going to be shit like this that would eventually happen. So I try to pacify people. You know, just to kind of cope and deal with it because I knew it would be a fucking shit show. And exactly what I knew would happen is happening. It didn't happen right away. I think it's actually happening all along. Cindy tattled on herself, so she's probably been my biggest person. T next door, ever so lazily yelling for his dog. Oh, you're welcome, Patricia. I hope I'm helping others to put their foot down, right? People like weak women and other women who think they are stronger. They're not. They're just master manipulators, right? They take advantage of people, and that's considered weakness. When you don't set your boundaries and you don't put them in their place, that's a sign of fucking weakness, right? And I was weak, and I allowed bullshit to happen for so long because I was afraid to deal with it. Now, you know, yeah, no, not anymore. But I bet you Cindy was a problem from the beginning. Yeah. I love social media for that. I mean, social media has made me a badass bitch and helped make me a badass bitch. I think I was always there, but I was too weak, insecure, and naive. Yeah. Weak, insecure, and naive. So I am happy to be me. I mean, even Dan, like, I, I mean, a couple weeks ago, I got in his face. I'm like, try me, motherfucker, you know? And I got in his face. You know what I mean? I got in his face. And he was like, who are you? I said, don't mess with me. He was like, he was concerned, you know? It was really funny. It was really funny. I just felt, I'm powerful. I feel strong. Like, and I wasn't going to let my husband give me shit either. My husband and people think I'm yelling and I'm not. Oh, that's Dan. I'm a yeller anyway. And I'm 14% Italian on my dad's side. The highest percentage of the blend I am. He wanted to be me. I want to be me when I grew up. Where was this me 20 years ago? Where was this me 25 years ago? God, I would have been a badass bitch. I would have been the baddest, biggest, baddest bitch ever. God. And it took me my whole life. I think my traumas held me back. I think I was waiting for people to make me happy without realizing that I was the one that was going to make me happy. You know, I was the one waiting for people to fix me. What the fuck? Nobody fixes you but yourself. And once I learned that, yeah, Dan has, Dan also is a yeller, right? I mean, he's just, and when he yells, it's like, you know, the whole state of California shakes. I had to grow into it. But why does it take till the end of my life, right, to do that? Why does it take to the end of my life to get this strong? But yeah, you know, I don't know. Weird. It's weird. It's odd. It's perplexing to me. But it took me this long. But you know what? At least I'm here now. At least I'm here now. And I need it for social media. Are you kidding me? All these bullies and mean people. For fuck's sake. I mean, you need to be a tough ass bitch to put up with half these women. These old women that attack, you know? Vicious. There's more women that attack me than men. There's still men, like big bully fucking macho men coming in thinking, oh, you play the victim, you know, whatever they say, stupid ass shit. You should give Dan a BJ, you know? He's gonna leave you for another woman. I would. Well, then let him, you know? If he's that shallow, then he can go, you know what I mean? So, no, I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. And I probably lost followers, right? I don't know. People lose followers all the time. But I'm not sad about it, you know? If I'm losing people, those are probably people I wanted to lose anyway. So, this is headed home traveling today. Hope you were well. Hi. I saw you were traveling. Yeah. I'm tired. To a Melawussy. You went the other way. Karen, that's not acceptable. There's no way you can go back. Change in that real you has just come out, and that's what I meant. Oh, yeah. It was just the way sometimes you say things, Goodman. It's very perplexing. Yeah, and at that time, Debbie was bitching about that shit, and I was like, Goodman, you're getting sucked in, Goodman. And I was like, nope, boundary. Nope, I don't give a fuck. We're not talking. I'm so tired. See these bags? These are not designer, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm not pleasing people. I'm being me. This is me. Whether you like it or not, this is who I really am, who I've always wanted to be, but she was just too naive and insecure. Now I feel like I'm on top of the world. Bam. You did a garage sale? Good for you. I should be selling half this shit in here. Oh, Jody, I'm so happy you like the book. I think life is just relatable. I think when if people really shared most of their stories and their traumas, I bet you would relate to so many. We would all relate to people, right? I think sharing traumas and past and currents with husbands and bullshit. I'm not afraid to talk about my issues. I'm not afraid to talk about my issues with my husband. The real shit I don't put on. We don't really have real shit. That's the problem. We just have the little stupid shit that irk me, you know, like the messy kitchen and the nicotine pouches everywhere and the lack of desire to put the fucking clothes in the hamper. Like, what the fuck? I mean, he used to be so good and now he's just putting his clothes outside of the hamper. What? I mean, it's right there. If you have the effort to put it right there, why can't you just go over to like at the claw machine and drop it right in the basket? So it's crazy. Jody Adams, where do you get the book from? Amazon, Wendy. Amazon. Amazon.com. And you type in Danielle Salinger and it'll all come up. I never watched the Squid Games, no. Accused of that my whole life, even at work. I don't. Yeah, you don't. You don't. Maybe that's what your cousins or whoever is telling you. But I'm going to you're going to read it again? Really? Did you like it, Myra? So tell people, it's like the reflection, right? You're reflecting and it makes you think about your head and it probably makes it hurt. It's hard. You know, reflection, I always tell people like think it's so easy and a lot of people avoid it because reflection is hard. And those are hard truths to see sometimes when you look in the mirror and you see like your faults and the things that people accuse you of, right? The people, I mean, not today, but not like I'm not saying on social media because people who they think they know me, they don't, and they accuse me of things, and it's like you have no idea. But like the hard truths, the things that I talk about everything. So looking back and reflecting, calling myself weak because I was, and owning that and owning my mistakes and owning my PTSD and the still hang-ups with my family, learning those things and learning them and really digging deep and owning them. That's how I changed. I started owning and sloughing, for fuck's sake, I take care of Ed. No way in my entire life would I have thought I would ever be able to do what I'm doing. I hated the man. I couldn't stand the sight of him. His car would give me anxiety and literally I'd be in the happiest mood and I'd go from 0 to like 5,000 in 2 seconds. What the fuck is he doing here? Didn't you tell him not to come? And it was like the Ed tornado, it was like, I didn't want him to come. I told him not to come, but he came anyway. So I don't know. You don't have to like what I do, but accept me. But see, in America, people don't accept you. I mean, that phrase, not you in general, but people have a hard time, women have a hard time dealing with powerful women. Powerful meaning not afraid, facing reality, growth, and all that stuff makes you a strong ass bitch, right? Best. My sister don't talk to me, and I thought it was me, but when my parents passed, they hate me. I used to cry. Coco, I mean, that's the thing, is your sister and your relationship, like I always say, it's them. If they're leaving your life, I've had a lot of people text me and saying, my friend of 65 years, left me. How do I cope? I have a friend for joining, they blame me for something. And it's like, if they don't let you speak and they don't let you talk to them about something and cut you off, then at that point, oh shit, I got shit. I thought you put away everything.
I didn't know you were.
I didn't know I was still on either.
I didn't know.
Anyway, I gotta go. I've been on here for way too long. What is with these long lives? I have to put away I forgot my Walmart orders right through here. Oh my God, I gotta go. You guys stop talking to me. Anyway, I gotta go. Anyway, we'll continue again, but get the book. Amazon.com, Danielle Salinger, all this shit will come up. I'm telling you, it's a good reflection. If you don't want the book, just buy the workbook. I think the workbook is the key to reflection itself. But if you haven't bought the book, buy the book and the workbook together because it really makes your head spin. And I'm telling you, if you want to grow as an individual, you got to reflect, you got to think about things, and you got to write. Anyway, love you guys. I got to go. Fuck, stop talking. Anyway, bye. I'll see you guys tonight live on my YouTube and Dan's TikTok. Follow us, be there, be aware, and fuck my life, I'm late. What am I doing? What the hell's going on with me? Stop talking to me. Love you, see you later, bye.